News you can trust. Opinions that matter. Now, Ben Fordham comments.
Bruce Lehrmann is considering further legal action. He may be up for millions of dollars in compensation after a bombshell inquiry found there had been misconduct in his trial. Mr. Lehrmann is suing Channel 10, Lisa Wilkinson and the ABC. It's a joint defamation claim. And now he's weighing up further legal action against the ACT government. The former political staffer has given a new interview about his ordeal.
It will have to be a multi-million-dollar claim because I need to consider the very real possibility that I may never work again. Not that I might have 40 years of economic loss. I will never, ever be able to work again. So that needs to be factored in.
Bruce Lehrmann has appeared on Channel 7's Spotlight program. He's always denied the allegations and no findings have ever been made against him. The inquiry into the high-profile trial found that lead prosecutor Shane Drumgold knowingly lied to the Supreme Court and that he lost objectivity and did not act with fairness. Mr. Drumgold has now resigned as the DPP in the ACT. Bruce Lehrmann has discussed the developments with reporter Liam Bartlett.
It was found that Director Drumgold denied you the presumption of innocence. But that doesn't mean that you are innocent, does it?
Well, I am innocent, Liam, as I said to you last time we sat down. I mean, this entire saga was made up. I mean, if we were able to have a fair trial and a trial at all, I'm entirely confident that it would have rendered a not guilty verdict, but Mr. Drumgold took that away from me.
And this has been an extremely costly exercise. Bruce Lehrmann says the trial cost about $2 million, the inquiry $4 million. Brittany Higgins received $3 million in compensation, and Bruce acknowledges that he might be after $5 or $6 million. He suggested that criminal conduct could have happened in the ACT. Brittany's former boss Linda Reynolds is also speaking up. She says the $3 million in compensation handed to Brittany must be investigated.
And the reason that I'm going to be referring this claim to the National Anti-Corruption Commission is that the Attorney-General of this nation, through the government solicitors, wrote to both myself and Senator Cash and instructed us not to defend ourselves.
Linda Reynolds is now suing Brittany Higgins, so the lawyers are lining up and the legal action has a long way to go. More recordings have been aired on the Spotlight program. They feature conversations between Ms Higgins and the journalist Samantha Maiden.
Bruce, sorry, names? No.
It doesn't matter. You can call him Bruce. Yeah. You can call him whatever you like. You can call him if you like. Our lawyers are going to wet their pants over naming Bruce. Yeah, but if we don't name Bruce in the story, two things will happen. One is we can just get the story up beautifully. Yeah. No problem. Two is people will know it's Bruce.
People will know it's Bruce. That's Samantha Maiden from news.com.au talking to Brittany Higgins in a pre-interview. And we also hear the moment that Brittany finds out Bruce is planning to defend the charge.
He will defend the charge.
Nothing happened.
Apparently not. What a charmer.
Honestly, I'm just so excited to learn that his defence is that nothing happened. I thought that he would say that it was consensual and that would be much harder to defend, but the fact that he's trying to argue that nothing happened feels better. So thank you. That actually made my weekend. Thank you. That's great.
All right, that's good. If anything else you need, let me know.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
New text messages have also emerged. They've been published in the Daily Mail. They show Brittany Higgins feared that everyone would blame her for the coalition losing the election after her campaign against Scott Morrison. She said in a text message, "I'm freaking out. It was never my intention to help destroy the Liberal Party. Does everyone hate me?" Samantha Maiden wrote back, "I don't think anyone thinks you've destroyed the Liberal Party. I think Scott Morrison may have done that himself." In an earlier text exchange, Brittany said to her boyfriend David Sharaz that Scott Morrison was about to be effed over. "Just wait," she wrote. "We've got him." In one reply, David Sharaz called Mr. Morrison a four-letter word beginning with the letter C. "I still hate the C," he wrote. That was David Sharaz, Brittany's boyfriend, now Brittany's fiancé. A month after that, Mr Sharaz sent Miss Higgins another text where again he called Mr Morrison the C word. It is incredible. The twists and turns are out of this world, and it should have been a police matter. Instead, it became a media event and a political campaign. It's now a legal minefield. And pushed onto the sidelines, you have a woman alleging she's a victim of crime and a man who says he did nothing wrong. Bruce Lerman has appeared on TV this morning. I mentioned earlier that he's now talking about further legal action. He's suing Channel 10, Lisa Wilkinson and the ABC, but he's now weighing up a further legal action against the ACT government. He's always denied the allegations that were made against him by Brittany Higgins. No findings have ever been made against him. And as we know, the Sofronoff inquiry found that the lead prosecutor, Shane Drumgold, knowingly lied to the Supreme Court and did not act with fairness. So Bruce Lerman is now weighing up his options. And during an appearance on the Sunrise program this morning, Natalie Barr has asked him about that night in Parliament House. Because as you may remember, Bruce Lerman says once they went into the office is broken up into separate rooms. And he went one way, Brittany went the other way, and he says they never saw each other again.
Why didn't you just say goodbye? Why don't you just yell in the general direction, going now, Britt, see you later, bye, nothing?
Yeah, and as I said to Liam in the first interview, in hindsight, probably. But, she was a staffer in her own right as well, same security clearance. I had no reason to suspect that I needed to check in on her. She's an adult. She's same level staffer as I was.
But isn't that a bit weird? You're going back with someone in the middle of the night to do work, and then you just take off?
Well, I had no reason to suspect that she was blackout drunk or anything to that extent. So, I didn't suspect that she needed to be checked on. She also had to go back to do work, as she indicated.
But not even checking, like if just a sort of see you. Bye. Just a natural human behaviour, wouldn't it be see you later?
Sure, and in hindsight, probably, but, I also had missed calls from my girlfriend when I turned around and saw my phone on my desk, so I thought, well, I better get out of here and get home.
There's Bruce Lerman on a TV appearance this morning, and last night Linda Reynolds, the former minister, was on the Spotlight program. She says the $3 million compensation that was handed to Brittany Higgins needs to be investigated. So she will be referring it to the new Anti-Corruption Commission in Canberra.
If you've got a news tip, email ben@2gb.com.